story. 2 years ago, I was a consultant. I had gone from advanced director all the way back down to consultant. I had lost my title all the way down. Been with Pampered Chef for 14 years. Had not even heard of virtual parties. Got introduced to virtual parties miraculously. And here we are 2 years later. So I am going to be showing you what I have developed with my team for, I'm getting there, it's common. Developing new consultants, training them. And so I'll give you a couple of statistics for that. In 2016, when I was introduced September 1st to the virtual world, I had only done about 3,000 in sales that entire year. I had less than 5 people on my team. So that year I actually recruited 5, re-promoted to director in 4 months, earned the cruise in 4 months. My second month in doing virtual parties, I did over 10,000 in sales, 13,000 the third month, 8,000 the fourth month. So that was 2016, 7 consultants, 71% or 71,000 in sales. 2017, we added 64 consultants and had 428,000 in sales. And in 2018, we added 145 new consultants, had over 750,000 in sales. And in 2 years, we have developed 9 directors. Wow. We are really close to executive. And it's Ian. I know it's really, it's Ian. There's like, how many of us are Kristens here? There's like, and we're all spelled differently here, so that's all right. So here's some statistics on how my new consultant training has worked. There's a director here, Patty. She came on the very end of August, just in time for September, very end of August. And Patty did, in her first 33 days as a new consultant, over 9,000 in sales, recruited 7 new consultants. Her team added an additional 3 and promoted in 33 days as a new director. So, so using this
Where is she?
Patty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
And she was the free
kit at conference. Yes. Patty, stand up. Yes, she was the freebie kit that we gave, right? So Julie gave that to her. So another statistics for this new consultant training that we do, a brand new consultant started on January 31st of this year. Did exactly what we told her to do. Booked 8 shows within the first 2 weeks of February, did over 5,000 in sales, and has 12 shows on the calendar for March. And she says, I'm all in, I want to be a director. So this system works. And here's a golden child. Did you hear Loved Carpenter talk about Lori Gilbert last night? Mm-hmm. She's my child. No. I taught her how to do 21,000 in sales in 1 month. Wow. Have you heard her coffee talk?
Yes.
She's incredible. I'm the one she sat with, and I taught her how to do this with this system. Listen to her coffee talk. She has a great host coaching system. She knew how to take this and run with it and go. So if you've not listened to Lori Gilbert's story, listen to her. All right, so here we go. Y'all want to know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
How to bring on these new consultants. So I'm all about simple. And you can go ahead and go to this slide too. Am I doing it? Am I supposed to do it? Okay.
Nancy's walked out on you.
Just press enter. Okay. Oh, this is mainly for me, so you don't have to read it. But if you can, great. In today's day and age, people don't have time to be on phone calls for training. Lots and lots of phone calls. So we have built a system with a new consultant page, group page, where we set up everything they need to do step by step, and we tag them, And then we only implement phone calls on a need-to basis. And I'll tell you, and I'm gonna walk you through exactly how we do this, okay? So the first one is, new consultant comes on, I don't call them, I text them. Congratulations, welcome to the team. I'm so excited for you to get started. Here's how it's gonna work. You're gonna get started with your first 3 to 4 shows in 4 days, virtual parties. Whether they are a cooking show host or a consultant or a virtual consultant. They are going to start virtual parties within 4 days. Now, I run all of my virtual parties on the 1st and the 15th of every month, no matter what. So if the 1st and the 15th is like 6 days away, they're gonna get it on the 1st. Does that make sense? But they start within about 4 days of starting. This is huge. They don't need their kit. They don't need to train ahead of time. They just need to follow these basic steps to get started. Because when you take a job outside of Pampered Chef, you don't train before you go, you get trained on the job, right? It's the same thing, you're training on the job, okay? So, I give them the guinea pig post. You heard that last night? I'm totally gonna switch it to pilot, thank you. So we've already been chatting last night about that. I like the pilot word. And you're gonna see the guinea pig post in a second. So we give them the guinea pig message and they're to send it out to 15 to 20 people. That usually guarantees 2 to 3 bookings right away. Sometimes it automatically generates 3 to 6 pretty fast. The goal is within the first week they send it out to 100. Because we know that 1 in 10 will book, approximately. The next is once they book their shows and they communicate, which is usually within 24 hours, they have them. Then I send them the message, great, I'm gonna text, and I'm gonna walk through this, so this is just my message, I'm just giving you the outline right now. I'm gonna give them a message and I'm gonna say, great, I'm gonna tag you in 4 posts. In the next day, I'm gonna have you set your shows up on Consultant's Corner, in your group page, and how to set up the banner and the description. Once you have that complete, let me know and I will tell you the final step before we schedule our phone call. I'm not having a phone call with them until I see that they're going to do the task. Because that's my time and that's their time, right? Then after we do that, then we set up SendShare. I'm SendShare all the way. And so then we have the phone call, we talk about SendShare, I set up their first 2 to 3 days with them, then they do the rest of them, and then we move on to show-based coaching. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Okay? All right, so here's my guinea pig post. Pretty basic. I'm going to pull it up on my screen so I can read it to you. Okay, so pretty basic. Just says, I'm so excited to get started with my journey. Goal is, this is for them, this is their message to them. I'm so excited for you to get started with your journey. Goal is to get 2 to 4 shows to begin by, and I give them the date. I don't say in 4 days, I give them the date. They get the date. Yes, you will be able to run multiple shows or many at once. Bring on the rewards. I'm going to be sending you wording to send to your friends and family to jumpstart you. You may change the wording to be more individual. This is not a Facebook wall post. This is a private text or message. I cannot underline that anymore. Can you not hear me?
I think what I want everyone to know is we'll try to get some of this into our retreat group.
Yes.
So that you're not panicking, trying to get the picture and passing the post, but to really absorb because all your information's so good.
Sure.
So whatever you're willing to do, we'll put in there.
Yep.
So, all right.
Yep.
Did you create that you're in a unit in the group?
Yes, we've talked about, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would make it
Okay.
easier. Fine.
If someone wants to volunteer to create that, do that, that'll be awesome. Great. Yes. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So the guinea pig post basically says, hi so-and-so, and let me tell you, I've had consultants that I have seen
So,
send
hi,
so-and-so. And usually I screenshot it and send my directors I am beginning a new journey and asking you to be my guinea pig. So this is where you could say pilot. This is where you change it. You don't have to do much, and this is going to change in the wording a little bit in a second. I'm asking you to do a virtual party or a virtual show with the Pampered Chef. They're super fun with games, tips, tricks, recipes, and tools. You will add your guests to the group page, sit back, play the games, make comments, and enjoy the week with your friends. Watch the magic unfold. Are you willing to help me out while I completely spoil you with free products? And I really only ask them to use this in the very, very beginning. So that's the guinea pig post. That gets them started right away. I'm telling you, when you can start your cooking consultants and your virtual parties really fast, it makes a huge difference. My average new consultants are running $2,500 to $4,000 in their first 30 days and consistently staying with that.
wow.
So here's the first thing. They get their shows, right? Woohoo, we got the shows on the schedule. This is the first thing they get tagged on. I don't need to be there setting up their shows with them. They get tagged under post number 1, and it basically looks like this. Here's the steps. You can do the new version or the old version. I find that I leave both versions up there because some will say, oh, this is the screen that I have. Some will have the new version. It all depends on how they pop it up. So basically, it just tells them step by step how to do it. Okay? Here's how you do group pages. Again, simplicity, like simple. I don't need to be extravagant. Step by step. Click here, do this. Click here, do that. That's it. Since she's uploading them, we'll... Next one. Here's the banner. The banner is key. You gotta have a cute little picture, right? Here's something that I learned. Fun fact. See the word click here?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a button on your banner that says click here, and when you actually click on your banner, it pops up an area and it says add description. If you're not adding your show link and the special for $75 or more and the host special, and when the show closes there, you're missing out on an opportunity. Because what do we do as humans?
Click.
We click here. Put those on your banners. Oh,
No idea.
right? Right. All you have to do is put a picture or a circle. You can do it in Canva. You can do it in PicMonkey. There is nothing magical about that button except for the word click here, because you are clicking the picture. That's all you're doing. You are just clicking that picture and it's popping it up and all the information's there because you've added that description.
So how do you get the link?
You're just copying and pasting your description words. You're just copying and pasting your description. So when you put your
How do you
banner
get it
on,
in there?
when you put your banner in and you click onto the picture yourself,
Right.
it pops it up and it'll say add a description or edit caption, and you just insert your description there.
So where you have the shamrock and the actual wording that says click here, you need to do that like you did or something first.
Yes, the click here is done in the picture, PicMonkey, Canva, that thing, and then the description is just added on Facebook in the group. Right? I know, mouse dropping, right? Okay, so here's the description. I don't know why it's sideways, but here's the description. Again, very detailed. Hey, come join in, have some fun. Here's the show link. Here's the date it closes. Here's my information if you need to contact me and the ways you can contact me. Here's what you can get at $75. Here's what you can get if you host a show. Here's what you can also do, join my team. So this is under descriptions and groups, and then again under the banner, click here. They have all of this done by the time they tell me, then we go on to SendShare. And guys, sometimes they do this like within an hour or two. They get this done pretty fast. So then we go into SynShare. SynShare is what I was trained. That's what I know. That's what I love. That's where I do everything is loaded in there. All my trainings, all my pictures, all my everything. That's where I dump everything because it keeps everything. So I basically say, here's post number 5. You're gonna set up your SynShare. They're just gonna log in, they're gonna set it up. They get 37 days for free. And they pull in their shows. And once they pull in their shows, then I say, great. We're gonna talk 2 days prior to the show. Here's the times, what time works best for you. And they pick it. And then I talk to them 2 days prior to the show. Okay? So on that phone call, 2 days prior to the show, I go through and I set up the first 2 to 3 days. If they get it in 2 days, I don't need to sit there and spend a third day showing them how to set up the times. If they need that extra day, I sit there and spend it. It's no more than a half hour. I'm basically training them on SynShare. I'm also telling them how they're going to host coach and how they're going to start sending their messages in Instant Messenger, or how they're going to phone call with their host, because now we're starting host coaching. And then I'm in every single one of their new shows as a secondary eyes, right? Because we're doing show-based coaching. And so it doesn't mean I'm going to spend hours in their shows. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that when I have a team of 160 some people and I don't have time for 100 shows. But I'm going to go in every day faithfully and spend a couple minutes and comb through their shows and look for them. Because what am I doing? I'm looking for those rock stars, right? Those people to pull out and say, oh my goodness, this person's commenting, you need to pull them out and send them this. Because what I'm doing is I'm letting them know those red flags. Letting them know, hey, these are the people you want to talk to about booking a show, becoming a consultant. Because now I've got them in the recruiting mode and fast tracking mode. So that's how that rolls out. So by delaying the call, you as the leader will see who is willing to do the work and what they're capable of. And you're also building the confidence in them to know that they can do this without you. Right? Amazing. Because if you fell off the face of the earth, they got to know they can do this, right? So that they can do this on their own. So it works for you and it works for them that way. So again, that first phone call is about 30 minutes. I walk them through SynShare, 2 to 3 days of post. Then they create the rest of them. We do a little bit of host coaching at that point, and then they're off to the races. The shows start. Okay? So here is a general guidelines. This is actually one big post in my new consultants page. Basically, our shows are 7 days. I know some people do 4, I know some do 5. Thank goodness we don't do 10 to 12 like we used to. I do 7, pre-post and then show. So this is what we structure. So I just tell them, this is why we do what we do. And I tag them. Because they don't need to bring in their other direct sales history. They don't need to know what they've done before. And your new consultants, if you told them to put a yellow banner up and sell one red product to every single person, they're going to do it because that's what you told them to do. So whatever guidelines you put up, they're going to do what you tell them to do. Because they want to do what you tell them to do. Right? Then you have stubborn ones. Right? So there's the guidelines. You got to do your guidelines based on your team, what you do. Not necessarily what we do, what you do. But this is a page that you can do. Okay? New consultants page. You're thinking, okay, so how do you go about thank yous? How do you go about host coaching? How do you go about fast tracking? How do you go about this? How do you go about that? We have all of these things. So all of these posts that I just talked about are pinned as announcements up at the top of our page. So they're always there at first click. So they can go back and look at those time and time. They don't have to scroll, they don't have to search, they don't have to look. They're pinned at the top, okay? The rest of these, they're throughout, and I will tag them as we're show-based coaching. So as they start getting orders, I start tagging them under the thank you post. Here's some thank you pictures you can use. Here's host coaching. This is what you're going to use as we go through the process of host coaching. Here's fast tracking. We actually have a video for fast tracking too. The next one, oh, the paycheck. They want to know when they get paid, right? So I need them to get their direct deposit done. I need them to do this, so they're getting tagged under that. Hey, if you get this done before the 15th, you're going to get paid on the 21st. All of this is in this page so that I can tag them, and it's done.
So you're not running a new outline, you're just leaving the posts and just tagging your new consultants on those posts.
And this is for your whole board.
This is for my team and my new directors, and once my new directors are in 6 months, then they're on their own and they can create their own new team page.
Okay.
So do you also have like another team page, and this is just for the
Yes, yep, I have a completely separate team page. This is just new consultants. And they are in their 90 days, unless they are onboarding new consultants and they stay in there as they're adding new consultants.
So if they were to drop off after 90 days, you remove them from the group?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're not consistent, if they're not working, if they're not, I mean, they're gonna get removed.
Yeah.
They don't stay in there forever.
Yeah.
You mentioned the fast track video.
Yes, so I just talk about
Okay.
fast tracking. Okay, so, because again, I don't have to have phone calls with these people, and I was sharing this a little bit ago. My generation and younger, I'm only 35, my generation and younger doesn't have time to be on the phone for phone call after phone call and Zoom call after Zoom call. You're gonna get ghosted and you're gonna get, I don't have time for that, you said this is easy.
Yeah.
This is easy to them. They can do this on their time. This is what creates them to go faster, to get going sooner, when they're earning their paycheck within the first 2 weeks, when they're knowing that they can earn $500, $700, $1,000, $1,200 in the first month. Some of my consultants are earning $2,000 in their first month. This is huge. So this was just introduced last month, so this is new for us. So we're implementing this slowly. This is new. So here's what this is new for us, obviously for everyone. So this is what I have found. I love this. Amazing. So I'm not introducing this until after they have their shows started, and this is why. The first circle says, I can't read it that far. Talk about your new business, okay? Well, they're gonna send that guinea pig post, right? They're gonna get those bookings. Next one says book and hold. They got their show started. Third one says get to know their products, right? Because they don't have to have their kit to get started with their virtual parties. If they're doing host coach or cooking shows, that's coming, right? You're gonna schedule those, you're gonna do that different. The fourth step is starting to add team members. So you've already got the first three. So when you implement this on that phone call and after those shows are started, you've already got the first 3 steps going. They just automatically know that that 4th step is next. You've automatically implemented the recruiting into their system. How genius is that? How many of us want our new consultants recruiting right away? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Come on! We want them earning those PC dollars. So, implement this. Put this into your training. Okay? The next thing that we do on our team page, and this is super important, it's in my, all of our directors have it as well, is, you guys, if you don't have this for yourself, if you're a virtual consultant, if you're not a virtual consultant, get on it. You're missing the gravy to your mashed potatoes. You're missing your butter to your bread. That pocket change, when you get a $7,000 paycheck from virtual parties only, is that pocket change? Didn't think so. So, if you have team pages, have your verbiage pinned to the top. Here's the verbiage that I'm talking about. Things like the guinea pig post, have it pinned to the top so that your people can take it and go each time. Pin to the top, marked as an announcement. The next thing, how about what you want them to send to every host prior to the show? Like, hey Kim, I'm so excited to start your Pampered Chef party tomorrow. I want to make sure that I offer you the best opportunity with our business. What do you think about switching your party to your launch party where you're going to get both the host rewards and the commission? We already have it set up. Your friends are already invited. What do you think? That's a no-brainer, right? That verbiage is there so that all of my new consultants can now send that to all of their people. The next verbiage. How many of us have orders come in? Do you contact all of them and thank them privately and ask them if they want to book a show or join your team? That verbiage is there, and they take it and they send it to each person. The verbiage for at the end of the show, because you're asking your host 5 times each, right? So you're asking, and at the end, there's kit credit. Hey Kim, I'm so excited you had a great show. You had a $1,000 show and you're getting $215 in free product. Did you know that you can use $50 towards our kit? And you can get the small kit for as little as $59. Or you can use it towards the big kits and get blah, blah, blah. The verbiage is all there. Copy and send. When you give them the tools, they have the business. If you're using it, give it to them. Have it there, pinned to the top. They know where to go. They grab it and they go. Okay? The last thing I find with new consultants is instant gratification. My kids are the same way. I have 3 teenagers. Yes, I'm 35, I have 3 teenagers. I started really young, I really honestly did. Most consultants don't get a daily, you're the best mommy ever. Thank you for cleaning the toilet today. Thank you for taking me to the doctor and being up with me all night. Or thanks honey for picking up my socks and putting the toilet seat down. We don't get that. And then if you work, you don't always get congratulated on doing a great job at work, right? At your jobs. But we can do that for our consultants, our new consultants, right? Instant gratification. My favorite is Wahoo. That is what I give. Is it not? Like, that is the number one thing I send out is Wahoo! Because it's just what I do. And so they love the gifts, the GIFs, the little dancing, oh my gosh, they just think those are the greatest things. Like, throw 3 of them at them. They're like, what? This is awesome, whatever. And then they send it back to you. Instant gratification. Even if it's just for a booking, even if it's you saw they got their first order in the show, even if it's they got into a conversation with somebody on the show about a booking or blah, blah, blah. Instant gratification. When you see something, give it to them because it gives them the excitement to keep going. Same thing with $500 in sales in their first show, $300 in sales in their first show, $1,000 in their first show. Instant gratification. It doesn't take, I spend the first 15 minutes, I read my Bible verse in the morning, do a little bit of Bible study, and then I send out messages for 15 minutes to my team, my whole organization. My directors get it, my team gets it before I even crawl out of bed. Because I pull up my thing and I find out what everybody did the night before, and they get, OMGs, holy cows, what just happened? Did you just do that? And I'm telling you, that is their favorite part of the day, is it not? They love it because it's instant gratification. They realize I'm recognizing it, I'm seeing it, and it costs me nothing. I'm not even out of bed yet. I haven't brushed my teeth and I haven't peed. That's what it is, honestly. Do I am younger.
also have to be first. Kristen, is it private messages or?
Instant messages. It can be either. It can be instant messages, or it can be a post to their wall, or it can be on our team pages. It just depends. Most of the time, it's instant, like private messages or texting, because I want it to be about them.
Yeah.
And not, most of my team announcements, like congratulations to all this, that's done routinely, but I want them to have it on an individual level. So here's just the basics. Your new consultants do not need to know everything before they get started. You do not need to train them 2 and 3 times before they get started. Get them started. Get them going. Get them confident. Get them the basic tools that they need. Because when they are starting to make that money, when they are starting to see the realistic possibility, I can't tell you how many consultants will go, I didn't really think I was going to get anything. I didn't know I was going to make any money. I didn't know FedEx man was coming. That's how fun. I love those things. I love those text messages. I just heard what? They do not need to have their kit to get started doing virtual parties. And again, if you are signing cooking consultants, it's okay to make them do virtual parties too. Because it's reality now. You want them to have the gravy to their mashed potatoes, the butter to their bread. They know no different. And if you are not good at virtual parties yet, be a student of the training like you've heard. Find somebody, partner with somebody, and get your team on board. Train as you go, just like any other job. Obviously, I still refer them to Pampered Chef University, new consultant trainings, and things like that. Obviously, I can't do all the trainings. I give them the basics, and then I say you need to do that. They get the emails, they get all that kind of stuff. We still talk about, hey, what did you learn? Hey, what did you find? What are you doing? Make sure you do cooking show training, virtual training. Like, we still do all of that, but not initially to get them started in that first week. Again, instant gratification, like, would you look at that? I love that guy who's looking at the car like, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Have you all seen that? Oh my gosh, please tell me you've seen that YouTube video.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
And then,
I gotta look it up.
and then, so now you need to Google it. Google it. And then, so I gave you some of the statistics. Most of my new consultants do $2,500 to $4,000 easily in their first month. Continue it. Hundreds of Pampered Chef dollars, fast tracking, 9 new directors in the last 2 years. Organizations went from 7, 2 of my fast trackers are here. So 2 years ago, I had 7 on my team. We did $71,000 that year in sales, and here we are, have onboarded over 230 new consultants in 2 years with 9 new directors.